This new horror film from Neon is a passion project from Sweeney, who's producer and the main star in the film. She's been trying to get this off the ground for like a couple years now. And is it worth it? Is this non-exploitation film worth all the effort that she put in? Because we get so many of these this year. They just want to do something unique. Well, let's attack it. An American embarks on a new journey when she joins in a remote convent in the Italian countryside. However, her warm welcome quickly becomes a nightmare when she discovers her new home harbors sinister secrets and unspeakable horrors. This movie is a story of two halves. The first half feels like a generic horror nun film, you know, that wide-eyed, young, naive girl joins a church, or she has to stay there because she has nowhere else to go, and she's just finding out all the little weird things that they do here that seems normal to everybody else, but she's starting to become privy to. And as an audience member, you're watching and waiting for the other shoe to drop, for things to go left. So it feels really familiar in execution, especially in that first half, so it could make it feel like a generic horror movie. That is until the second half goes absolutely bonkers. It takes an innovative approach to this type of horror genre that we see almost every single year. The movie has a feel like Rosemary's Baby, Superior, and a little bit of The Descent. The movie, where it was going, I kind of had a feeling halfway through where it was going, but I didn't think the movie would have the balls to execute it in the way that it did it. And I got to give you an apology to the director, Michael Mohan.
Apology, I wasn't really familiar with your game and you know how you travel.
Man, you're casual.
The director, Michael Mohan, directs this film with a steady hand. What he does here is not like super innovative or is nothing we've ever seen, but he chooses certain shots and creative choices that elevates a scene that could be very, very generic or not tension filled, and does something that makes it feel a little bit above average, keeps you engaged in the film and the creepy moments that are going throughout. And the sound design is one of the best parts of the film. It's damn near perfect. Every sneaky step, every door crack, every time someone grabs keys and that loud rattle it makes, it just builds the tension and makes you feel intense, hoping that these people who are sneaking around this monastery can make it out alive. The key performance here, and the main one you're coming here for, is Sweeney. I feel like after this performance, she can etch herself in the good for her category of horror that we've been getting the last couple years, because she does a fantastic job as a final girl. Sweeney's best acting, and in everything I've seen her in, is when she's under duress, and by golly is her character under the most duress a woman can be in. Her blood curdling screams that she does throughout this film will haunt my dreams for at least the next week. I gotta give her props. She perfectly plays into the physicality that the role needs, and really makes it easy to sympathize with her because of the way the character develops and the little bit of background that we get from her. I struggle a little bit with rating this film because the first half is familiar, it's slow, it builds up what's going on, it builds the tension, and you feel like, okay, I'm comfortable, I know what we're doing here. But that second half goes so bonkers and so crazy. In my crowd that I had, it elicited so many oohs and ahs and cringes and laughs and shock, because that ending of the film goes harder than Will Smith's slap that he did on Chris Rock.
Oh, wow!
I couldn't believe that they really went there, and that's going to be the most divisive part of the film, and for me, it worked. It was cathartic, it was ideal, it was different from anything I've seen in a horror movie in a long time, and I really appreciate that. And how I knew that this movie was not just good, I thought it was great. It was like right after it ended and the credits were started to roll, I was like, I need to talk to somebody about this. And I also want to show people this because this really went for it. So with that said, I'm going to give Immaculate a B. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Immaculate if you got to see it? Was this one of your favorite horror films of the year? Is this something that you think is very mediocre? Drop all those comments down below and let me know. And if you haven't checked out the film yet and you was checking out my review to see how you'd feel, let me know if you're gonna go check it out in theaters. Like the video if you liked my review, attack that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified of my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and much more. Watch more of my content right now.